What are GMOs? Or genetic modified organisms?
They are organisms whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering techniques.
Okay. You want to add something?
That's so great for you, honey.
This part.
Nena, estamos en mi libreta, ¿qué te pasa?
¿Por qué eres un traidor?
You want to add something?
If you want to add something, no, we're in agreement. Whatever.
Okay, it's an agreement. You want to add something?
Lo usas, Missy.
Se usa muchas veces para livestock protection, crop farming, and pet breeding. Thank you.
So, are genetically modified organisms an environmental threat?
Yes.
I'm going to repeat. Are genetically modified organisms an environmental threat?
I say that yes, they are, because when you genetically enhance a seed, you're messing with the environmental balance that exists on this wonderful earth. You don't want to mess with how it is because each plant has a purpose. And you don't want to, if you add things to the plants, you're going to mess with how it is, and you don't know how it might affect the growing of the plant or the animals that eat it.
I want to say something against that. One of the most obvious benefits of its nutrition implications, which supposedly allows the biotechnology of gene splicing the opportunity of creating plants that will produce food that is more nutrient dense, with more nutrients. So
Can you say it's more nutrients? You have evidence of
Studies have shown that they did a study on rats. Science.
excuse me, I'm not a rat.
And whenever
I don't know which scientist said that, so it's not
let's not interrupt.
Interrupting. Objection.
she has evidence, okay, she has evidence.
Okay, she has the evidence.
I looked on the internet and it said, when genes are more diverse, they are more robust. This is why a purebred dog tends to have greater health problems than the dear old man. Fans with product genetic diversity cannot handle drought, fungus invasions, or insects nearly as well as the natural plants, which could have a dire consequences for farmers and community to depend on the GMO crops for survival.
Okay, what the other part has to say? Do the rats is usually used on scientific
I can't
studies?
touch it. I don't.
I didn't understand, sure.
What part you didn't understand?
But I couldn't hear.
Do you want to read it? Number 3.
Media hora después.
Okay, I'm gonna give it 30 seconds.
Teacher, most crossbreeding for dogs, most, how do you, no sé cómo decir raza.
Razas.
Breeds are done, that's how you create new breeds, by cross
And
breeding.
what she's saying here is that purebred dogs tend to have greater health problems. And for me, a purebred dog is what they're trying to defend. And she's saying that an old mutt, a mutt is a different race, don't have what? Crossbreeding. They don't have that much problems. So she's kind of defending us in a way. So I don't know. You have to check that
I
out.
don't see it. How
She's saying purebred dogs, the ones that aren't like mutts mixed.
purebred, it's not that. They are not mixed.
That's what purebred dogs. She's saying that the ones that aren't mixed tend to have greater health problems. And we're saying that mixed don't have that much problems because it's more nutrient dense.
So yeah,
That's what. So she's actually like supporting us.
Okay.
Fail.
Let's see. Okay. Does
Fail.
exist any unintended impact on other species?
Wait, what?
Does exist any unintended impact on other species? For example, about Asian animals who do on the pollination.
Yes. Some plants, they're genetically enhancing them so that they can be natural pesticides, so that other insects don't come. But when the actual insects that come to pollinate, like bees for example, and they go into the pollen, that rubs off on them and they're not able, they start getting sick and dying, and instead of pollinating the seeds, which is their source, they're not, and they're dying, because that's what the enhancements are doing to a
Excuse me,
plant.
but where did you get this information?
I got it on my studies.
Excuse me. The animals that come to pollinate, they are not, they don't count as pests.
Exactly. And that's what you guys are doing. You're destroying them.
Okay, so anyone want to add something? You want to add something to that? Okay, the public. What does it say, the public? The audience?
Public.
Audience, the jury.
They won.
¿Cuál es tu opinión? ¿Existe algún impacto en otras especies? Por acá, no van a defender ni una parte ni la otra.
¿Qué?
No van a defender ni una parte ni la otra. ¿Qué creen sobre eso?
El otro, el equipo.
What kind of impacts? El grupo que está ahí. What kind of impact you think that it's making on other species?
I think this is doing a negative impact on other species because they're messing with their digestive system, they're messing with the ecological system, and they're messing with the naturalness of the environment.
For example, what kind of animals are
Well,
affected?
the animals that eat plants, when they consume that, it's not natural. That's not something natural they would find in a plant, and they don't know what to do with it while it's inside their body. The animals that are trying to spread the pollination, they're being infected by the enhanced pollen that is being put in the plants, and it's just not natural.
Okay, this one is for labeling.
Teacher, she wanted to say something.
Okay.
This has a positive impact on humans.
Humans. Well, what are you?
Because people are always complaining about the economy, right? Right?
Yep. Only you poor people.
And they are thought to reduce the production cost due to the use of less chemical and mechanical needs in the planting of plants. So it helps us, and we're in charge of the earth.
Alberto, your turn.
Well,
Say so much.
Miss Reyes, you said that these plants are better for our economy? I need an answer. No, you said they aren't better for the economy? Okay, but I'm glad to hear you say they aren't better.
These are to reduce production costs due to reduce chemical and mechanical needs in planting, maintenance, and harvest. So these crops that are being altered, they reduce the chemical and mechanical needs. So we don't need them anymore. We need them, but not that much.
We're saving.
Okay.
And who can
Wait, I know how to contradict what they're saying.
Okay, who can tell if something about like bees and pollination is affecting in a greater way or less way to humans? How can we tell? If is it really affecting that that much?
Well, we still have honey in the supermarkets. Thank you.
have that. So the next one is about labeling the food. Some companies doesn't approve the labeling of the transgenic food because it says that it's different from the organic food, or it's labeling like this food is not real or natural. It's something strange on it, and labeling the food on supermarkets as a transgenic food, it's something that some kind of a wrong thing for some companies. What do you say about it?
Well, because they may be wrong for some companies, because maybe those foods may do something bad to our system and to our digestive system, and they could kill maybe some of our foods that we may give to animals or some other living things, and then they can die.
Teacher, excuse me, we don't need a label because to this date, the only types of products that have been approved for human consumption in the U.S. are genetically modified plants. So all the food that you're consuming are from genetically modified plants. So I don't know what.
Thank you.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree.
I object.
I think that they should label so that the people know what they're consuming.
Exactly.
No, but I'm saying.
I think that would you like to know if what you're eating is healthy or not healthy?
No.
No?
Oh Lord!
You sir, you were right. Yes.
You sir.
It's a concerned customer. Let's see.
What would you say if you realize that the food you're eating is full of contamination and toxins?
It could kill you.
You wouldn't eat it, right? Would you give that to your children?
Con McDonald's,
To your
¿verdad?
dog, to your cat? You would want to be informed of this, right?
Con McDonald's.
Thank you, sir.
You already are
Everyone
eating.
here is eating that food. Have you died? No? Thank you.
But that kills that keeps turning your system slowly so you don't die fast.
Like tomato, potato, squash, corn,
Oh!
and soybeans.
What happened to that? You eat that in your salad.
We eat that, and it's genetically modified.
Have you got it, Canada?
But have we died from eating corn, squash, tomatoes?
Sir, you are only 15.
Wait,
My dad's been eating rice and beans his whole life, and he's still alive. And he's 56 or something like that.
Thank you.
Let's defend your part.
You wouldn't know about the danger it's doing right now because of your young body. It's a slow process.
My mom's eating tomatoes all the time and she's alive.
She's eating healthy tomatoes.
She doesn't care.
Not all tomatoes are genetically enhanced. Some farmers actually care about their work.
Okay, so
but what about all the people that eat pasta?
control your.
Sit down.
Then why do we try to eat healthy and eat vegetables if they're not healthy?
Thank you.
Oh no, Jesus.
Okay, so you think that people doesn't need the right to know what they are eating? Or there is no difference.
There's no healthy thing.
Well, that's the genetically modified plants in food. It helps reduce the cost of food. So you're saying that if we take this away, you're gonna pay more for food. You're not gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is so costly.
That is false. That is false.
I object.
How do you object?
They should label the foods because you don't know if that person is allergic to that food. If they don't label it, they may be allergic.
If you're allergic to tomatoes or rice, that's your problem. It's not our thing that is doing that. It's your allergic to that.
I prefer to know what I'm eating before and pay more before eating something that I don't know what it is.
You might have the privilege of doing that. You might have the privilege of doing that, but some people might not.
Then the supermarket will be empty and you will have to plant your own things in your own home. Are you willing to do that?
Oh!
We're eating the transgenic food. How long we're eating the transgenic food?
How long have we been eating transgenic food?
This is this both for both parents.
Oh.
This is for both.
How old are you?
We're
25.
Your whole life.
It's a good answer.
I don't.
Okay, and this one.
How long?
Cookie?
Approximately,
Cookie?
Since the 80s, right? The 80s.
Cookie?
Since when?
¿Y la contestación de usted dónde está? ¿Mm? ¿Dónde está?
People that old, I don't know, old.
A ti te gustaría que guapa.
Farmers tend to be healthier than we are, because they or contribute because they use natural food from their yard or something. They don't use
No, but
they are healthier than us.
no, but they use pesticides. Most farmers nowadays use pesticides.
Nowadays.
Well, we can't go back to we can't go back to the 40s.
Pesticides are better than what you're doing.
It's the same thing.
No, it isn't.
It's the same. No, it isn't.
Okay.
It's killing the crops.
No.
Hey, I want to hear him. What he has to say.
Okay,
Ay, por Dios.
Okay, let's see it, everyone.
The audience, sit down, please.
Hey, I want you to stand up.
You guys like McDonald's, right? I rest my case.
And you don't?
Well, he's supporting me. I have evidence that he would have
You don't even like McDonald's.
Okay. The other part is debate about permiso audience. Yeah, just mentioned something about the food growth crisis and how transgenic food is going to be a solution, some sort of solution. Do you think that since 80s they're doing and working on transgenic food, it's working and solving something for the world, food crisis in the world?
Well, with the population growing, if we didn't have the genetically modified crops, our food production would be slower. So if we have a health food crisis now, that not many people are getting food, imagine if we didn't have genetically modified food.
And plus, I have to say something.
You guys say that genetically enhanced crops are better for our economy, right? That is false. The seeds that you sell are only made for one season. That would mean that whenever a farmer grows his crops and after he recollects them, those crops, they couldn't be spread out, they couldn't be naturally pollinated, or they would grow out again because those seeds are only enhanced to be used once. That would mean that farmers would have to buy new seeds every year instead of growing the previous year's yield. You guys are not a farmer's friend. Our food production is faster.
what?
Our food production is faster than yours.
Jesus.
But you're wasting more money and endangering our economy.
Are you a farmer? Do you know that?
I have farmer friends.
Okay, so does the transgenic food reduces the genetic diversity? By genetic diversity, I'm referring to the vast number of different species as well as the diversity within a species.
No, because you're adding, besides having the normal plant, you are adding other traits to that plant, so you're creating new species. Thank you.
But while you're creating new species, you're also destroying natural ones. That is called genetic pollution. When you grow an enhanced seed goes to a natural seed, the enhanced seed will start destroying the natural seed because those traits aren't natural to each other, and it will endanger, and after a while it might even kill the plant.
We're not polluting. We're using them. We first test them out. We're not going to all
animals?
the tomatoes. Excuse me. We're not going to all the tomatoes in the world and genetically modifying them.
We're using rats, like you said.
Exactly. That's not good.
Are you a rat? You should.
Rats are pests.
Rats were created by the same hand of God that created.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Teacher, with that statement she said right there, she can be offending some people.
Are you offended? Are you offended?
Okay, there's kind of a controversy. Audience, there is a kind of a controversy in Latin America about Monsanto and some of the seeds that they are selling to the farmers. What do you have to say about it? About that controversy in Latin America?
Right now Puerto Rico is being used as a testing ground for the Monsanto company. Would you really want to live on an island that is being used as an experiment testing ground? You don't know what's being grown or what you're consuming or what it could do to yourself or to your kids.
We don't eat
To your dogs?
How do you
Our
know?
food comes from the
How
other.
do you know? You guys said you didn't want to label the food, so you don't know which foods come from here.
Because we don't need. No.
We're not
We didn't say we don't want to
modifying
label.
them.
We didn't say we don't want to label. We said we don't need to label because. Listen to me. To date, the only types of products that have been approved for human consumption in the U.S. are genetically modified plants. So the only ones that have been approved, the ones that are unhealthy, are the only ones approved for human consumption.
¿Qué pasó, Amanda?
Ya no tiene nota.
She got burned.
Se acabó esto.
So in a way, you're still eating genetically modified plants.
Public, please.
It's over.
So how many years it have to be passed so genetic food can be considered as a long-term harm or a threat to human beings? How long has to be passed? How long is could you see a health threat to human beings? And for example, with transgenic foods, how long is the term to say if she can be considered a threat or not?
I have to say something. Genetically engineered food have not been proven to be safe. Not been proven to be safe.
Well, okay, they have not been proven to be safe, but they're still the only ones approved to be eaten. No, it's
They
like
have not
McDonald's.
been approved to kill people either.
It's like McDonald's. It's not safe. It's not healthy, but you still eat it.
Then you're
Nuggets in McDonald's.
How about Wendy's?
And when this is the same
Wendy's not.
they're still using grease.
Permiso para los demás, algo que tengan que añadir a favor o en contra sobre lo que está haciendo aquí en Puerto Rico, trabajo y experimento.
De Puerto Rico.
No.
If we don't plant crops here either, so we don't eat the food that's from here, so we can do experiments here.
I wouldn't want to live in a place where it's full of experiments and unnatural things that could eventually ruin our.
Well, I don't want to live in a place where they kill little kids, but we still live here. That has nothing to do with the case.
Lorenzo.
No,
That is
but
not the
still,
case.
it's
El
still
niño
bad
no
things.
needs
Yeah,
the
still bad
subject.
things with the case.
What do you want to study when you grow up?
I want to be a doctor.
Oh, a doctor.
Why is it your concern?
Why is it your concern for your concern?
Experimenting.
Amanda, siéntate.
That would be helpful to your profession. That would be helpful to your
Why would it be helpful? Why would it be helpful to my profession? Why would it be
I
helpful
don't even
to
know
my...
what kind of doctors you want to be.
I do, little casts.
They all have to study biology.
I know that. Pero no tiene que ver. No tiene que ver por si es.
It does have to do because she has to study biology, and when you study biology, you don't just read from a book. You have to do experiments. Tú tienes que estudiar eso también.
Okay,
¿Cómo cambió el tema?
trial is over.
Who wins?
Who wins, Missy?
You don't have a winner.
Oh, it says, sir.
Are you in approval
Objection.
or disapproval?
I'm the judge. I cannot say.
No, no.
I like to eat something that is fake, or would you like to eat something that is naturally and it's good for
Fake.
yourself? And he's an idiot. He's an idiot.
He's only 15.
What do you want to do?
No, Judge, you're too partial, teacher.
Don't look at him.
I know, teacher, I know you can say it, but